Mass Effect Andromeda is the latest in a long line of classic games to hit EA's game subscription service, EA Access. If you're new to Access, you essentially pay a monthly fee to access dozens of EA-published titles, including Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Skate 3, and more. They call this collection the Vault, and it is now so stuffed with games that I thought it would be a great time to look at some of the amazing games you could be playing. BioWare's sci-fi epic takes you to the stars and beyond in a quest to find humanity a home away from Earth. After creating your character, Ryder, and his or her twin, you wake up after a 600-year cryosleep on a spaceship called the Ark. This Ark has just taken you to the Milky Way's next closest galaxy, Andromeda, and here there's a whole new universe of planets to explore. They're larger locations than in previous Mass Effect games. The emphasis is definitely on exploration and freedom of choice. You even have your very own all-terrain vehicle to scuff up with all your careless driving. There's loot to find, plenty of armor customization options, and new alien races to interact with too. Some of that interaction is casual chatting, and some of it is blasting. And if words or bullets don't work, you could always try some good old-fashioned romancing. Whatever works. However you decide to act in this new bold setting, it's always a grand old time. You're representing humanity out there, so whatever you do, just don't fall over and cry, because that would lose us a lot of respect and stuff. Go on, son, smash him right in the face. Smash him! If you love legal violence, EA UFC 2 is a knockout. It's based in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, which, if you didn't know, is all about mixed martial arts. It's like the Justice League, but with mouth guards. The stand-up part of the game is my favourite bit. You have to duck and weave strikes whilst throwing your own directly into your opponent's nose, jaw, and possibly pancreas if you're feeling particularly jabby. The arcade mode, called Knockout, is a highlight, not only of the game, but of my life. Yeah, that's maybe a little dramatic. Dial it back, Lydia. Knockout is a best of 3 match. Each player has a life bar of up to 10 squares, and every time they're hit, they lose a portion of it. Lose all of your squares and the next strike will drop you like a sack of punched spuds. Striking strength doesn't matter here, so this mode is a great equalizer. It means that, unlike real life, CM Punk is more than capable of sending Anderson Silva face planting to the mat with vicious elbow shots to the old brain case. Big robots, super soldiers inside the robots, making the robots shoot other robots. This is Titanfall 2, and it's spectacular, even if you don't love robots. That's because the single-player campaign is one of the most creative in recent memory. It's an idea-stuffed escapade where you team up with your own Titan called BT and embark on missions across strange worlds. There's one where you fight through a giant factory as prefab houses are being constructed around you, and another that takes place in the past and present concurrently, and you have to flick between those dimensions with a special gadget. I don't like to think about that one too often as it hurts my mind. When you finish that, you have the frantic online multiplayer to delve into. On foot, you're a nimble operative capable of wall running, double jumping, and grapple hooking. Get enough kills and you can call down your very own Titan. Some with miniguns, some with incendiary weapons, and some with enormous swords. There's nothing else quite like it. From extreme skateboarding to extreme snowboarding, this white-knuckle racing game is all about strapping a long piece of wood to your feet and hurtling down the side of an incredibly steep mountain. That's only part of SSX though. Really, winning the race meant nothing if you didn't look cool doing it. Nothing. Pulling tricks earns you a speed boost, and the more outrageous the tricks, the faster your boost meter filled. Sure, there isn't a crowd cheering you on, but the hills have eyes, and those eyes do love a good front flip. Honestly, the tricks are insane. You can do break dances on your board, you can do a board slide down a tree branch. This is not what Albert Einstein had in mind when he invented gravity. You shouldn't be able to get that much airtime and live. But you know what? I'm totally glad you can. The sequel to the cult parkour smash of 2008, Catalyst casts you as a free-running political activist seeking to destabilize the evil corporate giant called Kruger. Kruger is a company, not literally a giant, just in case you were picturing a very tall man in a pinstripe suit and briefcase. Anyway, to take down Kruger, you have to clamber across rooftops of futuristic city of glass as you burgle top secret locations and batter corrupt security forces. The parkour is slick, seeing you chain together long strings of moves, like dashing along billboards and swinging around poles. And the visuals are stunning, whether you're clambering across the city in stark day or twinkling night. Man, if only overthrowing a totalitarian conglomerate it was as easy as doing a bit of running, I'd go and fetch my trainers right now. This is the story of a little red ball of yarn who adventures through charming worlds and uses his soft, stringy body to solve quaint puzzles. I'm feeling all warm and snuggly already, but then again I am sat next to the radiator. As he walks, Yarny unravels, hence the name of the game. You use this rope to form bridges, pull objects down, and swing from items like a furry little trapeze artist. The physics are fun to play around with. If you fall down, getting back up is simply a matter of grabbing onto your string of twine and heaving yourself back up. With environments this lovely, who wouldn't want to just have a little play around in them? They're based on the Swedish countryside after the creative director Martin Salin took a family camping trip to northern Sweden. There's a little Unravel fact there. Comment if you want more. I've got loads of Unravel facts. The most spectacular World War I game ever made takes you into the heart of the Great War. It honours the dark chapter in humanity's history whilst making a way to make it entertaining too. Make no mistake, this is exhilarating but grim stuff. You can ride horses into battle, swing sabres as you run down trenches, hop inside armoured trains and sky-high blimps, deploy messenger pigeons and use mustard gas. The campaign takes the form of a collection of stories taking you to different parts of the war. You play as a British tank driver, a pilot in the Royal Flying Corps, and a warrior fighting alongside Lawrence of Arabia, amongst others. The multiplayer captures the same brutal madness along sweeping theatres of war. I love Operations Mode, which is so massive that it actually incorporates multiple maps. Operations Mode feels like you're an advancing army. It's very authentic. Hey, but if you want to run around capturing the enemy's flag instead, you can do that too. Next up is warfare of a different kind. The eternal war between plants and zombies continues in this class-based multiplayer shooter where kernels of corns are mobsters and zombie superheroes run around punching sunflowers in their seedy faces. Unlike the tower defense games on which this is based, there are many modes to the third-person action. There are death matches, conquest modes, gnome bomb in which you have to bring a gnome strapped with explosives to various points, and more. You can access everything from Backyard Battleground, the hub area connecting everything together. Here you can also hit up the shooting range, get daily quests from the quest board, and buy sticker packs from the sticker shop, view unlocked characters' bobbleheads, scout hidden collectibles, and join never-ending King of the Hill style matches, known as Flag of Power matches against AI hordes. The best bit though is customization. That's because the design of PvZ2 is stellar. How can you not love mech suit zombies and bounty hunter oranges? Play this game now, please. So there are other Need for Speed games in the EA vault, namely 2015's LA set Need for Speed, and that's great. But if there's only space for one game from the arcade street racing series on this list, it has to be 2013's Need for Speed Rivals. This car game makes you feel like a street king. You play as both racers and cops and wage high-speed battles across the open world of Redview County. It's filled with jumps, speed traps, and unlockable cars. Cops can call in EMPs, shockwaves, spike traps, roadblocks, and helicopters to stop the naughty racers in their tracks. Racers can deploy radio jammers to prevent them from doing so before boosting away with turbos. This is a universe in which traffic law violations are so severe, the government has issued the police with Lamborghinis. Well, you're never going to catch up with a modified Lamborghini in a Vauxhall Astra, are you? It's fast, furious, and gleefully irresponsible. A bit like me, really. True skateboarding fans know there is only one skateboarding game worth playing today, and that's Skate 3. Launched in 2010, it saw you trick around the vast open world of Port Caverton. It's an absolute haven for skateboarders, with the sharp ledges and grindable rails of downtown, the smooth banks and flat areas of the University District, and a great massive dam to jump off. See, that's the thing about Skate 3. The control scheme is brilliant, seeing you flick the right stick to do tricks and hold the triggers for grabs in a way that really nailed the sport. There are ludicrous side challenges which are all about breaking as many bones as possible. This collection of side challenges is called the Hall of Meat. So when you got bored of ollieing over the latte sipping pedestrians, you could launch yourself off a roof and break a femur or two. Pleasure and pain. It's the best of both worlds, really. So those were 10 of my favourite games to play right now in the EA Vault. If you're not already subscribed to the service, I can't recommend it enough. There's a lot of value there, guys. If you think I've missed a classic Vault game from the list, do let me know in the comments. And as ever, give me one of them tasty likes and subscribe to Xbox On. It's the channel that keeps on giving. See you next time. Bye!